Welcome back to EnlightenedTrading. My name is Conrad, and I give you another update on Bitcoin today. So I decided I'm going to separate these in two videos, one for Bitcoin and one for altcoins specifically. Okay, so I'm going to mention Ethereum firstly, because this is one I posted on my TradingView profile. And you definitely should follow me right here. So yeah, well, just to take a quick look, what I mentioned here is basically what I said in the latest video. I think yeah, we are currently sitting at a key resistance, or at least we were. We had a nice sell. Didn't see follow through with a 9 buy. The next day also we retested the 200-day very nicely and have an ascending triangle on the RSI. And if you know what happened, then yeah, well, that happened. We now ran into resistance. We actually touched it perfectly on this candle and are now looking to actually break it. I'm not too fond of this move yet. This could be a hanging man. I mean, yes, we got bought up very nicely, but yeah, I'm looking to further analysis in my altcoin video. Okay, so yeah, also Bitcoin I mentioned right here with its consolidation are around these levels, and to look higher, either to break resist or either to come back to resistance or to immediately break it, and to maybe even look down to 10,300. And you know what happened? Well, we broke resistance, came above it, and now consolidating, which is actually rather bullish in my opinion. I am concerned, and I can give you further analysis on why. Okay, so well, this is Bitcoin. I'm going to delete this bull flag for now. But what we are in is basically this sort of ascending channel, and you could draw it like that, and it fits actually rather nicely. Maybe even if I put it up here and like that. Okay. Yeah, like that ish. Okay. So yeah, we have been in this ascending channel for quite a while now, for a couple of weeks. What I do am concerned, well, these channels you usually break to the downside, and you can basically measure the width of this channel to look where it will bounce off. That would be a bit too far in my opinion, because we would then have broken this 200-day moving average, and I do think that a bounce off of the 200-day would be more likely than this width of this channel to see follow through. So yeah, I do have some positions lining up with the 200-day moving average with a bounce off of it. It would also correlate with this resistance, which has been quite significant. I mean, not too bad. So that would be a very nice area to buy in. Why I'm so concerned is also that we could now be forming a rising wedge in this ascending channel. This looks like it could be confirmed. It very much depends how this candle closes, and if we have another wick basically to 10,000, and maybe see then a resistance and retrace. So that could be a possible scenario. or I mean, rising wedges break down like I think 2 out of 3 times, like 66% chance ish. So or we bounce off to this top of this ascending channel, basically 11,000, and see resistance off of this horizontal resistance line, which has been significant in the past. So I think that will be of some resistance, definitely, if we manage to break this rising wedge to the upside. And if this rising wedge breaks to the upside, then we could maybe look for something like that, where we bounce and maybe retest it and then bounce to 11,000. That could be a possible scenario. Or what also could happen is that Bitcoin is too bullish and this ascending channel gets actually broken to the upside, and so then this could happen that we bounce off the ascending channel back to like 10,300 to find support, and then maybe even move beyond and then even break this this resistance trend line here on the top. So that could be also a possible scenario. I mean, it would be rather unlikely because ascending channels usually break to the downside. But if Bitcoin is too bullish, then that could definitely happen. So yeah, for a new future, I'm looking if Bitcoin can hold this support level of 9,500. I am currently in a position, although we are, but I should rather say, we are in a very, in an unsure, in an unsure area, uncertain area of trading, at least in my opinion. We are on a 4, although I think we could top in the near future, maybe with a strong candle and then top. We ran rather far already, and I think a weekly higher low would be healthy in the near future. I mean, I wouldn't consider this a higher low because it's still it didn't break the higher lows each candle. So I still am looking for a weekly higher low in the vicinity of 9,000. I think that could be very likely, and maybe even like break this low of 9,080 and move to 8,900 to then touch the 200-day moving average at almost 8,900 ish, and that would be a very nice buy zone, and that is also where I currently have some buy orders sitting. Okay, I think is there anything to add to that? I mean, yeah, also the BitMEX funding rate, as you can see here on the bottom, is rather extended. I mean, we of course could rally still further. This is usually a very trend averse or inverse to the trend indicator. So not always right, but we do have some big spikes on the BitMEX funding rate, and I think if it turns to the downside, and maybe as I mentioned, touches the lower 9,000 and upper 8,000 area, then we could look for a very nice buy area. We are currently also forming an ascending triangle, which has actually looking rather bullish, with a very clear resistance level at 70. So this looks very nice. So maybe Bitcoin still has some power to it to move up and touch the level of 11,000. Yeah, so maybe that could be also a scenario. I'm currently in a position, and I will not enter until it breaks my stop loss at around 9,636, I think. So yeah, I will keep my position. I don't know if I'm going to add to it, but yeah, okay. I think that's it for the outlook on Bitcoin. Weekly is of course still bullish, a bit extended. In the short term, the RSI is still fine. Generally, the oscillators are looking very nice. Monthly, as I mentioned, also give a green 2 above a green 1. So that's also signaling a bullish territory, or at least for the upside. Yeah, 12th hour is now on a 7. It will be an 8 in actually in one and a half minutes. So that's interesting. But I would look for 9 to. I mean, I wouldn't say it would reverse the trend. Maybe it would look for another bounce off of this trend line, and maybe then break it. That would be, I mean, in my opinion, it would be more healthy for Bitcoin to touch its 200-day earlier than later. And for example, if you roll over in the next couple of days, touch it, then we could look for 11,000 in the very near future and have established a higher low on the weekly time frame, which would be, yeah, as I mentioned, very healthy in my opinion. But of course, yeah, this cryptocurrency, this Bitcoin doesn't listen, or at least doesn't respect my opinion that far. So yeah, okay, I think that's it for Bitcoin. I'm going to upload an altcoin video very shortly after this, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys and girls, good people, back next time. Have a great weekend.